Hi yogis, welcome back to the yoga clinic. My name is Dr. Becca. I'm a psychiatrist and I'm also a yoga teacher. So I have a class for you today that will promote recovery from a hard workout. It's also really good for building flexibility, particularly in the spine and the low body. So hope that this class is something that might serve you. You don't need any props today, and we're going to start off class in a child's pose. So in child's pose, option for knees together or knees out wide. I always like to take my knees together because my low back is achy and that helps it relax. You can also take the legs wide, and that's going to get more into the inner thighs. Stretch the arms out in front of you, or if your shoulders are sore from your workout or for any reason, you can slide the hands back behind you and just rest the forehead firmly on the earth. Without doing anything, I just want you to notice the quality of your breath. And sometimes just by noticing the breath, it automatically begins to calm the mind down. We are placing our attention inside of our bodies instead of inside of our thoughts. And if it resonates with you, you might imagine on the inhale, breathing from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. And exhaling from the tailbone all the way up the spine, out the crown of the head. Inhale, skull to tailbone. Exhale, tailbone to skull. To be able to recover and to be able to promote flexibility, we need to be in a state of parasympathetic arousal, which essentially means that we're in our rested phase of the nervous system, if you will. Because if we're not, the muscles are more tense, and it's harder to let toxins circulate through, and it's harder for the muscle fibers to slide apart and stretch. When you're ready, we'll take the hands forward if they're not already there and make our way up into a tabletop for a few rounds of cat and cow. The toes can be tucked here or you can untuck them. We'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the crown of the head, and exhale, press into the hands, feel the shoulder blades spreading apart, navel drawing towards spine and tailbone pointing down towards the floor. Reverse that movement, tailbone points up, belly drops, shoulder blades draw together and the crown of the head lifts. And exhale, pressing into the floor to round the spine. Nose towards navel, tailbone towards forehead, and again. Syncing breath with movement here. Maybe closing the eyes to really feel what is moving. This is also a really good way to check in with your body, finding any places today that might need a little bit more gentleness, a little bit more attention and care. take one more round. Good. We'll find a neutral table here, and we'll bring the right foot in between the hands. So it can be helpful to take fingertips down instead of the full palm, just to get the right foot through. Wiggle the right foot forward a little bit so that you can lunge into the front knee, feeling the back hip flexor start to stretch. And then we'll interlace the fingers on top of the front thigh, pressing the hands down into the thigh to lift the crown of the head slightly. So we're stretching into the back hip flexor, but we're not just dumping all of our weight in. So we're using the hands to back off a little bit. Breathe here. This is called active stretching. Back glute is engaged. Good. And then we'll take the left hand down inside of the right foot, tuck your back toes, and we'll find an open arm twist. Lift your left knee, extend the right arm up towards the sky, and then you can look at the top thumb if that's comfortable for you. You can let the left ear drop towards the left shoulder. Lean your chest back. Might feel nice to circle the top arm. Drifting the right fingertips down outside of the right foot, pressing into the hands, slide your right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Breath in through your nose, then a sigh out of the mouth. Shift forward into your tabletop, drop your knees. Coming up onto the fingertips, we'll step the left foot through, scooching the toes forward, finding our lunge here, letting the back glute engage to support your right SI joint. Interlace the fingers on top of the left thigh and try to straighten the elbows, so pushing into the front thigh. Releasing the right hand down inside the left foot this time. Back toes tuck, back knee lifts, and the left arm sweeps up to the sky for your open arm twist on the second side. From here you can circle the top arm. If the neck is sore, you might drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And circle the left hand down outside the left foot. Lift the left toes and step them back, down dog. You can dance it out in down dog, bending and straightening each leg, shifting the hips side to side. Maybe nodding the head yes and shaking it no to release any tension in your neck. And then we'll step the feet together, lifting the right leg high and stacking the right hip on top of the left. Ground down even more through your right palm, and then bend your right knee, bringing the right heel towards your butt crack. Lift the right knee up to the ceiling, and then come back to center, three-legged dog. Hips are square, and then stepping the right foot in between the hands. Drop the back knee down. We'll find a more traditional low lunge this time, extending the arms overhead. And then maybe bending the elbows to 90 degrees and feeling the shoulder blades press into the back of the heart so that you're almost lifting up the back of the rib cage into the front of the rib cage. Arms reach back up, low lunge to open arm twist. Left hand comes down, back knee lifts, and the right arm goes high. Circle the right hand down outside of the right foot. Step the back foot in and up slightly, and we'll straighten the front leg into pyramid. So we don't have to keep the front knee straight. It can be bent as much as you need, and you can even step your back foot back more to make this a longer stance. See if you can relax your head. And then plant the hands and step back, down dog. You might shake out the right leg a little bit. And then we'll lift the left leg high, inhale. And exhale, stacking the left hip on top of the right, grounding through the left palm, lifting the left knee up to the sky. Square your hips, three-legged dog, and step the left foot through. Drop the back knee, arms lift into your low lunge, and then driving the elbows down, finding a deeper back bend. Arms reach high, and open arm twist, right hand comes down, back knee lifts. Left hand comes down. Finding your pyramid pose, maybe you want to step the back toes in slightly. Front knee moves towards straight, but it does not have to be totally straight. Hips are square-ish, and the neck is relaxed. Plant the hands, step back, down dog. Right leg lifts again. And this time, instead of bringing the foot through, we're going to bring the knee through and drop it down for pigeon pose, Kapotasana. So we'll start by bringing the right heel in close to the groin. And then if you're very flexible or want more stretch in the outer hip, you can start to walk your right toes towards the front left corner of your mat so the shin is parallel to the top of your mat. You can stay upright, or you might begin to fold forward. Just taking a look at that back leg, making sure that you're on top of the foot, on top of the knee, and on top of the thigh. And then finding your way down into the sleeping pigeon variation. Let's take 2 more slow, deep breaths. And when you're ready, walk the hands back in, tucking the back toes and stepping the right foot back for down dog. You want to shake out the leg a little bit, feel free. And then we'll move right to the other side, lifting the left leg high, and then driving the knee in between the hands. You can take the left knee kind of towards the top left corner of the mat, so it doesn't have to be right in line with your sternum. Set up your front foot, however is comfortable for you, finding your depth. Take a look at your back leg, make sure that it's straight. And then folding down into sleeping swan or sleeping pigeon. 2 more cycles of breath. When you're ready, walking the hands in. This time we're going to roll onto the left hip to sweep the right leg forward. And we'll take the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide for butterfly or Baddha Konasana. Drawing the heels into your comfort level. Thumbs come inside the arches, and then we'll begin to fold forward. So you can keep a flat back here, that's more traditional. But if there's any pain in the low back, or if you want to stretch the fascia alongside your spine, you might try rounding your back and thinking about crown of the head towards the big toes. I've really been liking this variation lately. On your next inhale, gently make your way back upright, helping the knees back towards center. And we'll scoot the hips forward, grabbing onto the back of the legs to lower ourselves down onto the mat. Take the knees together and the feet out wide, and then windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Let's gather the knees into the chest for Apanasana. And we'll inhale deep into the belly, filling the lungs from bottom to top until you can't hold any more in. And then, can you take another sip of air in through the mouth? Holding all this air in, squeeze the legs in towards your body. And then exhale, Shavasana. Opening your arms and legs wide, taking up plenty of space. Letting the breathing become light. Feeling the bones heavy on the earth. Take as long as you need in Shavasana. I hope this class was restorative for you. If you liked this class, I have other classes like it, my Yin Yoga playlist, my Restorative and Recovery playlist. Feel free to check those out, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.